Arizona is among the worst states for educators, according to an analysis by WalletHub.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but it's 6:30 a.m. on St. Patrick's Day, and these people want to dance.
Prescription pain relievers account for more than 40% of all drug overdoses, and more than 1.9 million Americans are addicted to prescription pills. As voters head to the polls, one trend that is taking over is ballot selfies. It's been called the new form of the I voted sticker. I'm standing on the top of Havasupai Hilltop. It's the start of an 8-mile hike into the canyon you see behind me. Barbara Brown was just 14 when she started abusing drugs and alcohol. Governor Doug Ducey will lead an Arizona delegation to Canada. The NFL is one of many multi-million-dollar companies speaking out against House Bill 757. And now Arizona State Trails has a new app that you can easily download on your smartphone. Check it out. Temperatures across the valley are pretty pleasant this afternoon, but they won't stay that way. Parents can participate during the week by learning how to spot whether their kids are being pulled into addiction. While we have 11 electoral votes in Arizona, New Hampshire has 4 and Florida has the most, with 29 electoral votes that could push either candidate closer to that magic 270 number they need to win the electorate. Matthew Rudig puts on his hiking shoes, gathers his gear, and prepares for a long 3 days ahead. His mission? To officiate a polling location for the Havasupai tribe members that live at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
I think everybody should have an equal ability to vote in the process, or take part in the process if they're an eligible voter.
I'm standing on the top of Havasupai Hilltop. It's the start of an 8-mile hike into the canyon you see behind me. Now, I'm not trekking out there today, but Matt will arrive in just a few short hours to prepare for the polls.
I get there at 5:30 in the morning and stay till polls close after 7, and then close, wrap up everything, put everything back in the bins, and pack up my pack. But it's a fun day.
Patty Hansen, Coconino County's recorder, said the unique polling location is the result of a 1965 Voting Rights Act passed by Congress that ensured Native Americans living on reservations had the right to vote.
Prior to that, Arizona had said that Native Americans living on the reservations were wards of the state, so they were mentally incompetent for voting. So it was really the Voting Rights Act that forced open for the state to allow our Native Americans living on the reservations to be able to participate.
Election equipment like voting booths, touch screens, and signature rosters are helicoptered down the Sunday before the election. Of course, today the Havasupai people can even mail in their ballots.
And they have that option as well, but we still like to make sure that there's a polling place center open for people to come vote if they so choose.
A right the Havasupai deserve, even if that means an 8-mile hike to make it happen. In Coconino County, Kate Peifer, Cronkite News. A major change to next year's FAFSA means soon-to-be college students can apply for federal aid earlier. Students at Central High School had the opportunity to attend a FAFSA fiesta today in hopes of bringing college into reach.
And the FAFSA and a survey at the end of it. So those are your 3 goals for today.
Senior Terry Gardner already received a track scholarship from Michigan State University, but he also has his eyes set on the criminal justice program at Rutgers. To help get him there, he's joining the party and filling out his FAFSA.
Growing up now, not everybody can apply, can afford college. If they can get the FAFSA, to definitely help them go to college.
Parents and students at Central High School spent their afternoon at a FAFSA fiesta to encourage current seniors to apply for college. The event has been around for 3 years, but needed a more festive atmosphere to boost interest.
A lot of our families, college might not be at the forefront of their mind. It might not be their biggest priority. And so if the students can get some help financially to go to college, a lot easier for those families, and maybe college becomes a bigger deal.
Starting in the 2017-2018 school year, students will be able to submit a FAFSA in October, 3 months earlier than this year, and they will also be asked for income information from the previous tax year instead of the upcoming year. Grand Canyon University admissions counselor Stephen Valdez says events like this keep students informed about their opportunities.
I didn't have anybody helping me out, so GCU understands building relationships, and through that, being able to accomplish things such as the FAFSA, and not just that, but college applications.
Although Gardner doesn't plan to apply to GCU, he recognizes the importance of seizing every opportunity and, most of all, knowledge.
Give them more opportunities to go further in life and do what they want to do.
Another early voting day.
It's like pulling teeth here. It's really crazy.
Another day of long lines. At Chandler City Hall this morning, lines went from a little over an hour to over 2 hours long, with more people filing behind. Walter Natzik dropped his wife off an hour ago and says Chandler officials should bring in additional equipment to alleviate the lines.
The line is probably close to 100 feet long, and she moved about 8 or 9 feet in the past hour.
Cleveland Jones has been in line for a little over 20 minutes, but said lines of 2 hours or more suppress the vote and reduce voter count.
People come here for lunch or quickly and they want to do their duty and they can't.
There is a slight breeze, but the sun is beaming down on voters. Chandler officials and security have been passing out waters and are taking the elderly to the front of the line. One printer provided by Maricopa County is available to print out individual ballots and is the reason for this growing queue. And the voter reaction is clear.
That's crazy.
In Chandler, Kate Peifer, Cronkite News. At Every Little Step Counts, kids aren't the only ones learning to swap chips for snap peas. Parents join their kids every week for 6 months at the outreach program put on by St. Vincent de Paul. Ricardo Reyes, an instructor at the organization, says the program focuses on educating low-income communities about health.
Because we always kind of see the ripple effect. We affect a family, and then that family affects the people around them.
Reyes points out the need for programs like ELSC, especially in Latino communities, where the rate of diabetes is almost double according to the ADA. But despite statistics, Reyes and the families at ELSC always see a change.
And then 6 months later, they can kind of have a new perspective on their self-esteem, their body image, and also on their weight.
Behind me, you'll hear people heavy breathing and see kids and their families having fun. This is the exercise portion of St. Vincent de Paul's Every Little Step Counts.
It doesn't matter about your weight, your height. We don't even pay attention to the number that the scale gives you.
It's a group effort, parents helping kids and kids helping parents to get through the exercises. But as hard as it is sometimes, Alejandra Vanhel says she and her son have learned so much in just 3 weeks. I like the program a lot because they've shown me how to eat healthy and to learn about what fats we have in our body. There are different types of fats and we didn't know about it. Just like they didn't know they'd love snap peas or that they did a minute wall sit instead of 30 seconds. And most importantly, that every little step counts. And I'm Kate Peifer. Thank you for joining us.